Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be playing a mashup of DIMIR Phyrexians. It's going to be a standard best of one list with average converted mana cost 2.8. It's going to have 7 creatures, 29 non-creatures, and 24 lands. Now, the idea here is to play both Jin-Gitaxias and Shieldred within the same shell, and since Jin-Gitaxias is blue and Shieldred is black, might as well play DIMIR, right? And it's kind of mid-range, but more control-y than it is mid-range. So let's get right into the list, right? So the idea here is to basically cheat out Jin-Gitaxias sometimes with Cruelty of Gigs, right? And pair up Invoke Despair with Shieldred and Jin-Gitaxias, which is kind of hard to do. But the idea here is if you have Shieldred and Jin-Gitaxias both on the battlefield and you play an Invoke Despair, that's just insane value because it's going to get copied, right? And you're going to end up drawing 6 cards potentially, or at least the first one is going to remove some things, and then the second one is going to draw you cards, the second copy, and then you're going to gain a lot of life, like what, 12 life off of the Shieldred here. So that's the idea here. Basically just pair up Invoke Despair. It's a good pair with Shieldred, and also Invoke Despair is pretty decent with Jin-Gitaxias here as well, since it gets copied if it's the first sorcery you cast on your turn. And also we're playing Cruelty of Gigs to get back a Shieldred, get back a Jin-Gitaxias, or get back a creature from your opponent's graveyard. Sometimes you face these decks that, you know, revolve around playing Titan from the graveyard by cheating it out, whether it's through Cruelty of Gigs itself or another reanimation spell. And you can usually do that yourself and just steal their Titan and go from there. So it's a good card nonetheless. It searches your library, can find answers, and if anything, you can just play it for its chapter 1 and just let it roll through, right? We're playing Graveyard Trespasser as our graveyard hate card of choice, along with Unlicensed Hearse, but we do want a creature here, and it's a creature that can stop a lot of aggro decks. It's a creature that can just have board presence, right? It's a board presence kind of graveyard hate, basically. We're also gonna be playing 2 Spell Pierces. It's very relevant, especially against blue. It's relevant against black. It's relevant against a number of things, right? Like green-white enchantments. Spell Pierce is very good, especially when you have a 2-drop on turn 3, let's say. You can hold up Spell Pierce and play a 2-drop or play a 2-mana spell. So you can do a lot of things with Spell Pierce. For example, draw off of the Bankbuster and hold up Spell Pierce. It's pretty decent nonetheless. 2 cut downs, spot removal early on for these early creatures that can maybe be very problematic. 1 Duress, 1 March of Wretched Sorrow. I know you can replace the Spell Pierce with like 3 Duresses, or you can replace the Duress with like 3 Spell Pierces. I just like the variety, right? I really do like the variety, and 1 Duress is just fair enough, right? March of Wretched Sorrows here, just 1 because we are playing Thram Portal, and we would like to gain some life sometimes. Make Disappear and Negate. I'm not going 4 of Make Disappear or 4 of Negate. Like I said, I do like the variety, so I'm just going to play 2 Negates and 2 Make Disappear. Make Disappear counters anything, but it's terrible in the late game, while Negate can counter just hard non-creature spells, right? Like Planeswalkers, Invoke Despairs, other counter spells, just stuff like that. 2 Infernal Grasps. I didn't see myself needing more than 2, to be honest, and I don't like to run more than 2 because I am running Thram Portal, and it's pretty bad against another Shieldred. I mean, it's good you can remove the Shieldred, sure, but if you're losing a lot of life, it's just contributing to that life loss, right? So I don't like that much, so I'm just gonna run 2 here. 4 Tainted Indulgence, and I do like Tainted Indulgence with Shieldred here because it's a nice little combo. It can gain you life, it can cycle through our hand. I'm playing Tainted Indulgence to usually discard the Jin-Gitaxias or another Shieldred and just buy it back with the Cruelty of Gigs, right? So it's a discard spell for me for the Jin-Gitaxias here. 2 Bankbusters, 1 Unlicensed Hearse. I do like the variety of Unlicensed Hearse and a Graveyard Trespasser, because Unlicensed Hearse can get bigger than the Trespasser, and it can be untouchable, kind of, right? It all depends on what you're playing against, but some decks can find a really hard time removing your graveyard hate, and I do like that the Unlicensed Hearse can really remove things from the graveyard, unlike the Trespasser where you have to attack with it or play it, right? Unlicensed Hearse can just clean up graveyards every turn, so I do like that, but only one copy because it's just usually a dead card against certain decks that don't really rely on their graveyards. I mean, sure, you can play it, you can remove cards off of your graveyard even, and just get it big and then crow it and have it as a threat or a blocker, but I do like just the one, right? I'm focusing more on the graveyard Trespasser, also so we can crow our Bankbuster as well, right? 2 Meathook Massacres as a board wipe. We talked about Trespasser. We have Hero's Downfall and Soul Transfer. Soul Transfer exiles, which I do like, and that's why I'm running it. Also, we might have a Meathook Massacre and an artifact on the battlefield at the same time, so we can buy back a Planeswalker from which we don't really have, do we? No, but yeah, we can usually accomplish a lot of things with the Soul Transfer. I do hate that it's a sorcery, but it exiles, and that's very important sometimes. Hero's Downfall, mainly here for Planeswalkers. We don't really have like good Planeswalker removal besides counter spells, I guess. Well, that's not really like spot removal, so I included 1 Soul Transfer and 2 Heroes Downfall. Obviously you can play Liliana and contribute more to discarding the Jin-Gitaxias, but I think if you're playing Liliana, you need to play more Jin-Gitaxias so you can reliably discard that Jin-Gitaxias. So you need to focus more on the Jin-Gitaxias, more on the Cruelty of Gix, and play like a copy or 2 of Liliana. But that's not the route I chose to take. I wanted more cheaper interaction. That's the thing. I kept opening with Shieldred's, Cruelty of Gix, Invoke Despairs, and Jin-Gitaxias, and it's just awful. I really don't want to ever open with these cards, right? I want to draw them, and that's why I'm playing 2 copies, 3 copies. At least Shieldred you can play by turn 4, but this, forget about it, right? Usually you're never going to be able to play this, and it's a dead card against mono blue because they can just counter it, right? While Cruelty of Gix, yes, it's a 5 mana card, but that's why we can maybe grind them out for a bit, hold up a counter spell, or maybe 2 counter spells, and just contribute to a game plan. And usually once you resolve a Jin-Gitaxias against them, that's pretty much game, but you're never going to hardcast a Jin-Gitaxias against blue. That's why I'm not going the route where I'm playing a lot of Jin-Gitaxias or Cruelty of Gixes or anything like that. I'm just really stocking up on just having a lot of early interaction. Shieldred, we talked about Invoke Despair within the mana base here. We're playing Dismal Backwater here just for that 1 life gain. It can be kind of important sometimes. Thran Portal fixes our mana. We're more swamp dominated because of Invoke Despair, obviously. And 3 islands here, 1 Takonoma, no Otawara, Shipwreck Marsh, just a lot of blue splashes here and there because we do have blue in the deck, obviously. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. If you do, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links in the description, become a member of the channel if you like. It'll help support the channel in a lot of ways, and also you can become a patron. There's just a lot of ways you can support the channel, and every way is greatly appreciated. So yeah, with that being said, enjoy the gameplay, and I'll see you guys later with another video. Okay, bye. All right. 3 lands, 2 Shieldreds. Sure, at least we have a counter spell for the early game. Okay, 4 lands. I mean, our hand isn't really insane, but it's playable, especially now that they've made that play. We might discard one of these Shieldreds anyway. We're playing Bant. It might be control. Who knows? Broker's Ascendancy. Yeah, it's Planeswalkers. Let's just counter that because we can't really remove it. Okay. Let's see what happens. Gallagreators. Let's not have him gain any value. 3 Shieldreds. Let's go. Okay. We have 2 more. Okay. Spirited Companion makes an appearance. You still lose life. Okay. Man, Shieldred sticking on the battlefield is just insane, right? Two cut downs, yeah, I'm gonna discard one of them. Sure. Sure. I mean, we'll take it. Yeah, let's just play our lands here and pass. I mean, there's nothing that we really want to do here. We have Planeswalker removal. Falco Spara. Okay. Sure. Insignificant opponent. They don't want to take that damage. And this is getting fairly annoying. They're still taking damage though, which is pretty good. Sarah Paragon, we're ready for that. Okay. Yep, the life gain is real. So far so good, I guess. I mean, we have a backup Shieldred in hand, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we have mana for a Jinkataxis, so that's pretty good. If we can draw one, that is. Doesn't seem like they're playing a lot of instants and sorceries anyway, so I don't know how good that is. Yeah, this is going to be annoying, for sure. Just take away the veteran here. Pass. They're down to 10. Emperor. Yeah, that's pretty bad for us.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide it like water. You are not much of a roadblock.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna get really, really difficult here. Okay.
Years of training for this?
We had to do it that way, but I think we're going to lose control. I think now is when we lose control. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because, I mean, look at this, right? Very interesting, huh? Okay, let's see how they assign blockers. We can't let Shieldred die, that's for sure. So, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, they need to attack with Shauna here. They're going to draw some cards at least. Oh, come on. Yikes. Their draws have been absolutely crazy.
Win it.
Yeah. Their draw has been insane. So what do we do now? We haven't drawn anything good. Cruelty of Gigs. What is that going to do for us? This has Vigilance. We have nothing in the graveyard. No Jinky Taxes, that's for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much game, huh? They're going to give this flying. So that's pretty bad for us. Oh, yeah, extremely bad card at the moment. I mean, we can fetch removal, that's for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can fetch removal. I'd really like to fetch something besides removal here, but I think, yeah. They let this go most likely, yeah.
These jobs are getting deadlier.
So we can get Shauna with the Cruelty of Gigs. That's pretty good, right? We can start drawing cards. Maybe combo it off with Shieldred here. But it all depends on what they do this turn.
Let's do this together.
You give it lifelink. They have to. Yeah. Are they ever going to stop drawing good cards? That's the question. Okay. Oh, yikes. Nice. Yeah. Give me Shauna. Oh, they have an Emperor, don't they? They do have an Emperor. Yeah, we're gonna try to play around it, so passing like that with 2 cards in hand definitely tells that they have an Emperor. They took back their Shauna. Okay, so it was an Otawara. Oh, yikes. Well, that's pretty bad for us. Surely. Okay. Let's see what happens here. And we need to draw something good.
Be brave.
Vigilance, sure. They're back to 10. Very, very annoying. We definitely should have attacked with both. Yeah, that's for sure. They don't want to draw. Oh, that's a draw. That is a draw. Yeah, it is nice. You've been drawing good cards back to back to back to back. You don't get to be salty about this opponent. Well, that's pretty good for them. I guess we just chill. Okay. They can keep attacking, sure. They have one card in hand at the moment. They can play something off of the Falco here. Off the top, that is. Sure. Okay. I'm just removing anything that has 3 mana or less that they can buy back with a Sarah Paragon, obviously. The rest, well, it's time to look at what you're holding up. Okay, they're gonna be back to 18. Just terrible for us. Alright, give me Shauna. I guess we can exile the Wandering Emperor as well. Nice. That's pretty good. It's about time for us to draw something good. Alright, now we're gonna start dealing more damage that they can handle. GG's. Wow, nice. That was really, really good. Alright, 3 lands. Oh, awful hand. I'm gonna mulligan this hand, actually. It's too expensive. Too expensive. I don't want to risk drawing only lands and doing nothing until turn 4. So yeah, I think this is an easy mulligan for me. I hate seeing hands like these, so we're only running 2 Jink Taxes too, so it's kind of mind-boggling to draw it or to open with it. And you can't run one because, well, I mean, what's the point? Okay, this is better. Just keep playable cards. Okay, that's a lot of lands, but hopefully Bankbuster can fix everything for us. Overgrown farmland, it might be enchantments. We currently have no counter spells. How many do we have? We have 6. Yeah, seems like it. Okay. Weaver of Harmony, sure. Yeah, we're at such a disadvantage here. It's insane. Okay. Bro, it keeps tapping my blue. Okay. That's just very, very annoying. Well, I mean, we only have one blue source, yeah. What was I talking about anyway? At least they're not really pressuring us, right? We're pressuring ourselves, kind of. Unlicensed hearse, another indulgence. Sure. I mean, the way I see it, we just... Yeah. We draw. We play another bank buster and pass. Yep. This way we can crew the bank buster and block. So that's pretty good. But if they remove this, then that puts us at a disadvantage. Well, at least now we can hold up our negate. Yeah. Okay, at least that stops them from blocking for one turn. Yeah, but they can easily do that. Yeah. Bro, I hate the response, like the priorities on this, you know? Like, how insane is it? You passed your priority. Like, this shouldn't even be a thing. Bro, what is this? What is that? How's that even a thing? Okay. Alright. I have no idea what that hello is supposed to mean, opponent. Oh, from a single graveyard? Okay. Oh, come on, bro. That's so lame. Oh my goodness. Am I just going to draw our entire land count? Oh, they just passed? Sure. Okay. I guess that does it. Nice. Oh, man. Okay. That was just terrible. Okay. You just cannot open with a 7 mana card. You can't. And he did draw the other one. We literally drew the only other copy in our deck. Well, at least now we can discard it for this, but they're way ahead on mana. Can't play this on turn 2. We have to hold stuff up, right? Okay, no mana for you, opponent. Nice. Now, if they counter this, how bad is it for us? I guess pretty bad, but they don't. So that's pretty good. Okay. That's it for us. At least we have a Cruelty of Gix in hand, so that's pretty good. And we have 4 lands potentially. Okay. Sure. They're still stuck on mana, so that's pretty much game. We're way ahead. Way ahead. Okay, they drew a land. Well, that's pretty bad for you, opponent. Pretty bad for us as well, because we don't have mana anymore. So now they can catch up in a way. Okay. Storm Chaser Drake. Yikes. Yeah, still take damage. I think Shieldred is the most optimal play here. We could have obviously played Tainted Indulgence, try to find some lands and hold up Negate or Spell Pierce, but if they might have a lot of like 1 mana plays where our counter spells literally mean nothing. Okay, they're down to 9, so that's very interesting. Obviously they didn't want to block with the Graveyard Glutton here, but let's see if they can gain some life. Obviously every time they draw with the Drake, that's a -2 life through Shieldred, so that's pretty good, I guess. They have to remove the Shieldred here. But I think if we untap with the Shieldred, it's going to be really, really difficult for them. Alright, so this equals out because safekeeping gains them life. Sure. I think they're trying to find answers here. We're gonna gain life. But our attack is just really, really strong. Tail swipe. Okay. Okay. So they did good so far. Yeah, they're gonna gain a ton of life here. Okay. Yeah, they are going to flip this around, obviously, but we really needed an untapped land there. Really did. So that we can hold up Spell Pierce for their protection, right? Now, if we play our Meat Hook Massacre for 2, they just protect this, obviously. So what do we do in this case? Do we draw out their protection? What if it's another Tamio safekeeping? This still dies. We need a cut down. Terrible. Okay. Terrible. Yeah, they had all the right cards. See, they had all the 1 mana cards, right? You just know it, like in decks like these, you need 1 mana cards. Well, that's pretty bad. Let's see if they want to pay for it. They do. Yikes. Another tap land. That's a good sign. We have 1 chance. Awful. Please don't have Spell Pierce. This should make it way more difficult for them. Yep. Okay. Now they can kill the Jinx because the stats on it suck, right? It's a 5/5 and they might have another tail swipe. But the nice part is the first thing they play to pump this is usually going to get countered. And I think if we untap again, we are going to have way more counterspell power. Shore Up, yeah, Shore Up gets countered. Okay. And the tail swipe. Yep. Yeah. I mean, if this was a Hullbreaker Horror, they'd never be able to do that. I hope they block. They might have a lot more protection. They have 6 cards in hand. I can't believe that they won't be able to have protection here. Bro, enough. Well, that's pretty good for us. That is just really good for us. Can't protect the Drake anymore. That's pretty decent. That gives us a room to breathe a little bit. Nice, yeah. Once you remove their creature, they're done for. Nice. We played that well. Nice. Okay. Just take away the most expensive card. Orzhov. with a Lunarch Veteran. Okay. There is a possibility that they might play a wedding announcement here, which we will miss out on countering, but they're playing veterans, so I'm just guessing they're playing creatures, right? So nothing so far from us. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. I don't know why it's been so laggy lately. It's crazy. Yeah, it's so laggy, it's insane. What if they have an Emperor? Is attacking with the Bankbuster really worth it? And if they play an Emperor, they exile the Shieldred, and we can't do anything about that. So I guess we just play the Shieldred and pass. Okay. Yeah, it's been insanely laggy. I don't know why. Maybe it's my internet connection, but I highly doubt it. Voice of the Blessed. Yeah, this is definitely gonna get out of hand. Sure. Okay. Cruelty of Gix. I mean, we need to search for removal, right? Yeah, let's just play that. Oh, yikes. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, we're just gonna pass for now. Okay. Well, we're getting a Grasp next turn, so that's pretty decent. They want to play this again? Sure. Alright. Yeah, they just want to get the Voice of the Blessed bigger, but it doesn't really matter unless they have removal for the Shieldred. That's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. They have a Meat Hook, which they're not willing to play, yeah? And that's why I made that trade. I want to get the Voice of the Blessed bigger and do it next turn, hopefully, but that's not going to happen. I'm not going to allow them to do the same sequencing again. Yikes, these are just awful. Okay, well, what if we get an Invoke Despair? They're just gonna kill one of these, right? Yeah, we just need hard removal. So Hero's Downfall doesn't seem all that bad. Okay. Alright, so the nice part is we can get Voice of the Blessed back from the graveyard, and with the many times that we're going to draw, it should be good. Right? Because then we can get it bigger, technically, with the Shieldred. Alright, opponent, now what? We had to counter that wedding announcement. I mean, can't let them draw cards, get value. Especially for DIMIR colors, there are no ways for you to battle enchantments or artifacts besides counter spells. I guess some like random cards here and there, but They're usually not that good. And our opponent is in a very difficult spot here. I don't get why you play Meathook Massacre with Voice of the Blessed in these. These are engine cards. How are you gonna do that? Wedding Announcement, sure. Splendor, sure, but Meathook Massacre? Maybe one copy or two copies if that's what they're running. Pretty unlucky so far. Yeah, they're applying that pressure. They don't want to block with these, which is understandable here. But look at this. Look at this. This is going to get really, really big. And these draws are just insanely awful. Crazy. Let's just put an end to this as fast as possible here. So 1-2, they have a -5 here, so that's pretty good for them. They might want to attack first. Yeah, they just went for it. Yeah, that's okay, I guess. I mean, it was eventually it was going to happen. Well, at least we got to attack. At least we didn't hold back, so that's pretty good. We still have a Bank Buster here. Oh, that's a draw. Okay. Another Voice of the Blessed. Sure. Oh, that's pretty good. Before it gains the life, but yeah, this issue is just incredibly awful. Like the lagging issue. Has anyone been having lagging issues as well? I don't get it. What is this? Really? Well, that's game anyway, right?